Yo, 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 here are some challenge problems. They're going to be a ton of fun. I mean, you're sitting at home, you're thinking, oh, I just am so isolated from everything. I wish I had some challenging math problems to do. I'm sure that's what you're thinking. So leave it up to Mr. Woodworth to save the day. Here you go. We're looking at 13 and 14 here, and we're looking for the distance around these shapes. All right, now I'm going to move fast, so you'll have to, if it's tough for you to understand at first, you're going to have to watch it again. Okay, you're going to have to watch it over again. The distance around each shape. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to realize that distance around a circle is a circumference idea, right? So this part out here, wow, that's terrible tracing, but that part out there is the circumference, not the full circumference. What fraction of, don't forget the word of, um, a fraction of the circumference. So what part of the circumference is that? If you said half, you are correct. So what we need to do to find the distance around this shape is we need to find half of the circumference, and then once we find that answer, we have to go around this whole shape. So then we also have to add in this distance here. Okay, so half of the circumference plus the straight line distance that goes through the center of this half circle, which would be, we'd call that the diameter of the semicircle. Okay, so we have a semicircle, we got to go around the outside of that, and then we got to cut across and add in that amount. All right, so first we can find I'm going to do my work over to the left, so pay attention over there. It's a little easier for me to write there. Circumference. Okay, we have a line that goes all the way across the semicircle. So that means that's the diameter. So we're going to use the formula that has pi times d. Remember, there are two formulas. There's circumference equals pi d and circumference equals 2 pi r. Right? And since we've been given the diameter in this case, we'll use this guy. All right? Okay, so we're going to use 3.14. Look over to the right again. 3.14. It says use this approximation. So replace pi with 3.14. So we're going to go C equals 3.14. The diameter is 100. All right, when we multiply that, actually multiplying by 100 moves decimals over two places. So I'm just going to do that in my head. Now, are we talking about a whole circle all the way around, the distance all the way around? Or do we just want to go from here to here, halfway around? Well, in this picture to the right, we have a semicircle. We're just going halfway around. So when we get down to this, we can either do 1/2 times 314, right? That would be half of, remember, multiplication is of. Remember my whip when I punch my fist forward to show that multiplication sign for of, and it is the O of the of. Okay, or we could just do 314 divided by 2, because that's how we cut things in half as well. And what we get when we do that is 157. 157. Now, whoa, that's not a 7. All right, so we have 157, and that would be centimeters. That is just to get us halfway around the circle. We haven't cut across yet, so we've done that part of the problem. We've come around half of the circle, but now we have to add in that straight line across, this guy here. We got to add in that, and we know that's already labeled for us. That's going to be 100. So our total is going to equal 257 centimeters. Okay, so we had to find the full circumference, then divide it by 2 or multiply it by 1/2 to get half of it for the semicircle. And then we added on this distance here. All right, let's look at number 14. Number 14. This is a little bit trickier. But again, we have not a full circle. What fraction of this circle do we have? What fraction of the circumference will we be finding? All right, we will be finding, hopefully you guessed, 3/4. 3/4 of, don't forget what we do with that, of the circumference. Okay, and then we're going to have to add. Now, think of this as like, I don't know, a park, right? A circular park, or and then like a path that goes into a little fountain in here. There's my fountain. Yay, fountain. Okay, right? There's always a fountain in the center of a park, isn't there? Okay, so you walk around the park, and then you walk into the center, and then you go out, and then walk around again. Okay, so let's imagine this. So we have this part that is the circumference, 3/4 of the circumference. Then we also have to add in when we walk to the center. So we have to add in that little radius there. Then we have to add 5. And we have to walk out to get back to where we started, because we're finding the distance around the whole shape. And then we have to add 5 again. So I guess add a total of 10. All right, so 3/4 of the circumference, and add 5, and then add 5 again. So how do we do this? Well, circumference equals, looks like they gave us the radius of this circle. So we'll use the 2 pi r formula, and then we'll go circumference equals 2. They told us to use 3.14 times the radius, which is 5. Now, because I like to do things in mental math, I'm going to use commutative property and put the 2 and 5 together and get 10 times 3.14. You could just type it in your calculator. And then, since I like to show off my math skills, I know 10 times a number will move the place value over one place. So that's going to be 31.4. Now remember, 31.4 is the whole circumference, all the way around that circle. But we don't want to go all the way around. We want to just start here and go 3/4 of the way around, and then start heading in there and over there. So we just want this measurement here, the 3/4 of that circle. So what we have to do is we have to do 3/4 of means multiply 31.4. Now, if you're typing in your calculator, it might be easier to do 0.75 times 31.4. And let's see if I can get my calculator here. So 0.75 times 31.4 gets us 23.55. All right, 23.55. So that gets us 23.55. And then what did we have to do? So we found the 3/4 of the circumference, check. And now we're going to add the, so I walked around 3/4 of the circumference, and now I have to walk in there to the fountain and out again to my starting spot. So that's going to add 5 and then add 5, or just add 10 total. So that's going to give me 33.55. And does it say to round to anything? It does not say to round. Oh, 10 to 14, show it on a separate sheet. Nope, doesn't say to round, so we're going to stick with 33.55. And what units? Looks like feet. So about 33.5 feet, and that would be our answer for that. Now, I'm going to end with another challenge problem for you to do yourself. So hopefully you took good notes. If you didn't, go back, watch it again, take good notes, and then try the practice problem. All right, good luck.